All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweet out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. All right. Awesome. Good. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweet. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Today we are going to continue our discussion on day trading ABCs. And today's discussion is brought to you by the letter M. So today we're going to be talking about the M pattern. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, so first we're going to check and see where we left off the market, then we're going to take a look at futures, then we're going to go over the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So here we go. Spx Monthly Chart. So last month we took the inside month up, and we're trying to take this month up, so sort of a bullish hammer right back in May. I mean, definitely a bullish hammer, right? Cleared the mid-Bollinger Band on the monthly and still working its way up here. Weekly chart. We are above. We are above the 30 weekly moving average, which is awesome, right? Change of composure back into Bullville, right? But we still have the rest of the week left to see how this candle closes, but so far so good. Remember, this all started with this bullish engulfing candle right here when RSI was oversold, and then really worked its way up nicely from there. A couple little down days, a little scary here with the upper shadow at the Harami cross, but then we put a lower shadow off of that and then cleared it, pushed above it, and here we are above the 30 weekly moving average. Pretty impressive stuff. So far, daily chart bullish until proven otherwise. Why? Because we're above the upward trend line right here. Oh, cool. We also had bullish divergence back there, too. It's kind of neat there on the RSI. Yeah, so it's still bullish. Right? Still working its way up. We chopped around here for a little bit. We were in a chop fest. Came back down, tagged the cloud area, came back up, tagged the cloud area again. Looked like we had a little resistance here at the 200-day moving average. Looked like it was coming down a little bit, and then nope. They gave you a lower shadow here at the ADMA. Worked its way back up, gave you a big hammer here above the 200-day moving average, saying, I want to be above that 200 moving average, right? Then they give you an upper shadow. All the bears are like, okay, yeah, now it's the time. Nope, hammer, right? Continuation, and then another hammer right here. So we're continuing to work our way up over the ADMA, which is over the 21, which is over a rising 50, and now we're back over the 200, and over the trend line. So again, we still stay bullish until proven otherwise. Let's take a look at the price action today. So where do the surprises happen? And they're really no surprise. The surprises happen to the upside, right? So here is the price action today. We started off, right? We gapped up a little bit on for no reason whatsoever, right? National Guard was mobilized, internal riots, what else? Corona, all that stuff, right? But so it looked like it was coming down for a little bit. All it did was fade the closing gap here. Basically, made sure that this the open gap was filled, and I believe the closing gap got filled here. This is we closed at 30.5583. We missed it by 3 cents here. We missed the closing gap by 3 cents. So, but anyway, we ended up filling that gap right here and then working our way back up. So, missed it here, worked its way up. Nope, want to fill the gap, and then it worked its way back up again. Then we chopped around for a bit, looking a little bit funky at the close, and then we had the MOC, which is your market on close, and it was like an inordinate bounce of like $3.2 billion to the long side, and they just rally that up on that, and so just a big move at the close to the upside. Lots of bullish action into the close today. Let's take a look at the levels that we provide to our members for each market open, and you can see here how significant they are. Like we traded not only between the 15 orb levels, but also this R1 level in the prior day's close. Not to mention filling the gap, right? And then at the end of the day, look at that strong candle right there. What did that say? That candle right there said, I want to try to get to the next level, right? Now it doesn't always do it. But when it does, it's great, right? Nice geometric line breakout right here. Look at it as a kind of a bull flag. Good candle right here, and then boom, give you a nice move up to the R2, and look where it closed, right at the R2 level. You gotta love it. You gotta love that stuff. So good. So let's take a look at the futures and see how they're looking this evening. Even though there's still curfews going on, right? So bullish, right? Generally. So here we go. So we're up 9 points right now. We're up as high as like 13, 14, 15 or so. Here's your trend line for tonight. So we are actually breaking down below that trend line right now, but we're coming into a big resistance zone. So what is this resistance zone? This resistance zone is the breakdown zone, right? So if you go here on the daily, right, we had this base drop right here. So we're kind of coming into this area, but we're getting towards the top of it. So we're still kind of not out of the woods yet, even though we are super bullish. We've had an amazing rally up. we'll see we've come into to some resistance right here, and you can actually see this a little bit clearer. If we go back farther, you can't even see it back there. But yeah, we're headed into it. Came back off of a little bit of a resistance zone right here, and we'll see how it holds. Still holding the 80 MA. It is breaking down below the trend line, so let's see if that forms a trend box for us here this evening, and where we go from there. So we'll see how that goes for tonight. But again, up 9 points. So we'll see how we hold into tomorrow and what it has in store for another great trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. So that's where we're at here. Let's take a look and talk about the ABCs. Brought to you by the letter M. So we're going to talk about the M pattern today. So M pattern, pretty clear stuff, right? So double top. All right, so we're just going to, for double top. So we're just looking to talk about the setup and potential ways to trade it. So here we go. Let's take a look and see what happened here today. So in fact, here if we go on to if we take a look at the SPY here intraday, we go to the 5-minute chart. We can see the M pattern happens all the time, right? It happens intraday. It happens on the daily. Here's an example of the intraday. Okay, so the intraday is pretty interesting. So today I was looking for yesterday we talked about the H pattern. So today I did look for an H cell setup here on SPY. And we actually got a little bit of movement on it. So there's some potential to make a little bit off of it. But you can see here, look what happened. This nice drop right here. Where do we get to? We got to about the between the 50 and the 6.8 extension. Right, we got a nice reversal doji right here, and got a little bit of a move down, but it wasn't enough to get to form a full H on that one. But with tight stops, you can still make a little bit on that one. So we had that today. But look what happened here intraday. We had we had an M. That was a little bit of an elementary M right there, but it was pretty close. Double top here on the intraday. Right, we got to the highs of the day. So it's basically when you reach those high levels right there, you look for a potential short up. So there's a couple setups we have. It's always good to keep an eye on your levels, right? So we know that we have the these the 15 orb high. We like to keep that on here. It's a very important level. It shows key levels of resistance and potential support. And so we had this reversal. The first move down, your first reaction move, right, was a push to the downside. Now on the 5-minute chart, it just took you right to it, but on a smaller term time frame, you can get in a little bit closer on it to get a move down to the 15 orb. So you make a little scalpy type move there. The other technique is look for where we cross down halfway below it to see if there's a setup below there. And this way, the M was a little bit kind of sized right here, but if you got that move here on the second candle here, a push below that 15 orb below, you could make a little bit off of that. And so it wasn't a stellar setup here today, but about halfway through that range, you got a little bit of a move there, and then they just couldn't hold it, right? Turned into an inverted hammer right here, which gave you a tail fill to the upside, and then you got this choppy action here intraday. So it's a little bit of an M pattern intraday. You can also see this too on the macro time frames. Let's go to the dailies right here. So a couple ways to look at it. So we had one kind of big, kind of interesting M pattern right here, right? So a little bit of a double top, because you think about it, back in the day, where are we? Where we go? Okay, so back in the day, we're kind of coming up here, right? So this was an all-time high, right? So we're looking at that. So that was your first move up. Then we kind of moved down. We chopped around for a little bit, and you kind of use that top of that M right there as a move, and then we hit a high just about at that same level right there. So we look for a breakdown through those levels, right? You look for your first kind of impulsive move down, right? Which is this candle right here. Stop at the high of the M. Stop over the high. Always use stops. Right, stop at the high of the M, and then you get a nice move down after that. Right, then you formed your M pattern right there. So it's pretty cool stuff. We try to look for stuff that's generally level. Anytime it gets a little bit higher than that, like this, you're really, we're really stretching it right here, right, to kind of see if that's a move. But I mean, obviously that did give a level right here. But there's a couple other ones right here. There's a little bit of an M right here. We prefer these at the highs, right? But you can see this one here. You can just trade that impulsive move down off of this level. Right, and it worked its way down pretty nicely there off of that. Also, from there, let me just take a look. I think Netflix was pretty close to making an M pattern here recently. Went a little bit above it, right? So we had a move up here, down, up, right, halfway through the M pattern. Look for a short right here. This was actually a breakdown out of our trend box anyway, so that was a nice intraday day trade, and you got some follow through the downside the next day. And then, of course, trying to work its way up right up now to its downward trend line. So pretty cool stuff. There's the M pattern. Look for it. You try to look for it about the same level. This one a little bit high here, but it still made a good trend line breakdown. So if you can combine those two setups between a macro trend line and a double top, you can look to try to find a short setup through there. So now we'll see how it handles this level right here on Netflix. If it can't get above this trend line, we may see another move down, and it might actually kind of be like a bigger type M move. But anyway, good stuff. So that is the M setup. I hope you guys found that helpful. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. So we got a few in here. Aloha sent one in via Twitter. So let me get this. Let me pull up the daily chart here with the candles, and let's take a look and see what we can see. So good stuff there. So let's see. So we've got CVNA, Carvana. Wow. Big move there, right? So we've been following, it's had a great uptrend recently. Here's your upper trend lines right here. It did not want to stay below it. It tried to do a little bit of an M pattern right there, but this one said, nope, nope. So it gave you a big candle with big volume, and now let's see if we can get, basically break through these highs here today. So we closed basically right at those levels right there. So a push through today's high may give a move up to the recent highs right there. So we'll see how that goes on Carvana. And Shirley sent a few by email. So GNUS. So this hit the squawk a few times today. This was definitely in the news today. I think it may have even gotten halted at one point. Not sure, but it was just a huge mover today. So great job on this one on Genius Brands. So good stuff there. It's definitely holding trend. Big candle up tomorrow. For into tomorrow. So let's see how that holds going into then. We're actually going to put that on the bullish radar for tomorrow. That looks pretty good. Actually, both of those look pretty good. The CVNA. And the Genus. Give me 1 second. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And Genus looks good. Okay, I'm gonna keep Netflix on the short radar too, because it's right into the downward trend line. Okay, and then we'll take a look at the anchors later. Good. So that looks pretty good. QCOM. Yes, I mean, incredibly bullish, guys. The semiconductors, we pointed the semis out this morning on the live stream. We noticed that the sector was generally pretty strong. We saw good movements this morning in Texas Instruments. QCOM was okay. Xilinx was okay, and MRVL was okay today. Both strong, but QCOM really took the cake. We pointed this out at the live stream at the close, so members did really well on that. What we liked about this was the double inside day up. I know y'all mentioned it last night. And really glad you guys had it on the radar, right? Because it was a great move once we just plowed through those levels today. It's just incredible. But how did it do it, right? It had a strong open with the rest of the semis, but look what it did intraday. It gave you this nice cup and handle pattern right here, and then it gave you this beautiful hammer pattern, which held your ADMA, and then just really worked its way up nicely into the end of the day. Just such a powerful move on that. So let's see. QCOM can be interesting. It'll give you a big bullish candle and then kind of drift down off of it. And we go ex-dividend on it tomorrow. So just see how it holds. But what a great intraday move on QCOM today. Beautiful. FCX. Free Part McMoran. So yeah, kind of working on this cupish, handle-ish type pattern, right? Kind of coming across. Decent breakout candle here, but upper shadow here below the 200 days. So just watch that, see if we can get above it. Square. Very nice move today on Square. So cleared the recent highs right here on great volume. Looks good into tomorrow, right? It looks like you're about to get a gold cross here on the 50 and the 200. So that looks really super duper strong going into tomorrow as well. And let's take a look, see what else we got. And EWZ. Yep, so the EWZ's been doing pretty interesting right here. So Brazil, maybe they're getting some more recoveries going on. They've been stricken pretty hard by Corona. It's getting out of this range right here. Good volume, breaking out of these levels, kind of working its way up in the cloud. So let's see how that can handle that going into tomorrow. So good stuff. Really appreciate it, Shirley. Mike, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Good evening. Let's take a look, see what we got. So we got Chewy. Yeah, thanks for mentioning this one. So this is a big one. Buddy really likes this one. So it's a big candle today, guys. Lots of flow into it. Just plowed through the highs today and just gave a great finish to the day. So just incredible stuff. It actually gave a really viable pullback down to the 15 orb high here today. It had a great move in the morning. Our members did well on that this morning as we caught that call flow this morning. Great volume. Had this kind of the double top right here. Worked its way down. Held the 15 orb nicely. Held the ADMA and then just worked its way back up into the end of the day. Very, very great move on Chewy Day. Let's see if we get any more follow through. It's got earnings coming up, which is pretty cool. Beyond. So still hanging in there in kind of the chop slop zone right now. It's decent move, right? It's holding the ADMA right here. So we're expecting a move up out of this this kind of support zone right here. So we're getting that, but we're back into this congestion zone. So at this point, we want to get out of there and then see if it'll give us a move, right? Boeing. Doing okay, a little bit of a doji day. Let's see if it turns into a doji sandwich. Maybe we'll get a push up off of that tomorrow. Again, it's a struggling stock. It's having some issues, but everything's struggling and the market doesn't care. So Moderna did pretty good today. A nice bounce off the lows, right, and kind of worked its way up a little bit, but it was kind of a sloppy day today. Just continue to keep an eye on it, see if it holds this prior resistance level, which it did today. Good stuff. Thank you. The Nest, what's going on? LVGO, let's take a look. Yeah, inside day today. So really, let's see if we can kind of clear these geometric levels up here, and if we can get any higher on it. See if it takes that inside day up. BJ, I think I just put in BJ's yesterday and it broke the system, but it was still fun doing it with TradingView yesterday. Still looks like we drew this on TradingView. Still looks like we're working kind of like a pennant, possible flag pattern right here on BJ. Nice inside day today. BGS, inside day. So let's see if we can get above these geo lines. A nice inside day breakout could get it going again with some volume. And then CDLX. Yeah, nice positive. This is exactly what we wanted right here. I'd like to see a little push above that with some volume coming into tomorrow. That would be great. And then NVAX. Yeah, decent here, right? So it's basically inside day. Let's see if we can get above this geometric level right here. Could be working on basically like a big flag. So let's see if we can get a breakout candle on that one way or the other. PFE was great intraday today. It finally gave a little bit of a move, right? It held its 50 moving average, right, and gave a nice little push up here with some decent volume here into the highs, right? They gave you actually a little M pattern there. Here, right? A little bit of a breakdown, and then of course it rallied into the close of the rest of the market there. So nice little close on that one. And it looks like it may have it got close to filling an open gap right there, which is good. Double open gap right there, kind of like a mini island top. I like it. Good. And then GSX. This thing got didn't this thing get like trashed by Moody's or something like that today? Somebody didn't like it. Muddy Waters. They wanted to muddy the waters on it. Yeah. And then GSX Tech. Then somebody did a refuting the false allegations by Muddy Waters, and it just kind of that was oh my goodness, was that the other day? It's like one long day sometimes. Anyway, so it's actually squeezing up pretty well right here and teaching Muddy Waters a lesson. So it's pushing up into the cloud. Let's see if we can get over the horizontal cloud top and keep going off of that one. NEO. Wow, big move today off of earnings. This is one we talked about it last night. I believe Shirley mentioned this one. So great follow through on this one here as it continues to push above this geometric level. This thing trades great with options, by the way. So it's so cheap and fun to trade. These big moves like this can really get these big percentage moves can really get those options going, which is great. Nice find on that one. The next, yeah, and then save. Yeah, a little bit of doji there. See if it gives you a doji sandwich off of that one. TSN, the chicken company, inside day at the cloud. See if we bust out of the cloud there for you. Chef. Still consolidating there, still waiting on a good breakout candle with some volume. And then Etsy. That was on the short radar yesterday, but it didn't break down very far. It still held the 80 MA and had a nice move up today. Again, software has been okay, and the semis have been pretty strong today too. Chegg. Bit of an upper shadow today, so just watch out for that, but it did give a nice push. TTD. Always a decent one to look at, but it can be really tough with the spreads on both the options and the stock charts, but it did give a nice move up there off the 80 MA today. So good stuff. Bagash, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Facebook. Yeah, it's hanging in there. Doing pretty good. It's over, really the like two major trend lines right here. Decent candle today. Good volume. Let's see. You can kind of remove this one right now. But, it's really just kind of consolidating up here. But it's holding the 80 MA with a nice hammer and nice volume today. So let's see if we can get some follow through the upside if the market's strong tomorrow. Google. Everybody's been trying to short this thing, but it's not getting anywhere. To the downside. Nice hammer today, as it's trying to get into this gap here. Ascending triangle. So let's see if it can do it. Apple. Inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, you can kind of look at it that way. Shoulder, big head, little shoulder right here. It's got to get over that geo line no matter what. Right, so it's got some good volume today. If we stretch this out a little bit, it's getting really, really super duper close to it. Right, so another push above that may give it a good attempt here at all-time highs. And then TAL. Yeah, great move yesterday, good volume. Today, a little bit of follow through the upside right on those big moves. You like to get through those levels, right? Give a nice push up so that you can't complain about it. 2-point move up, and then it gave you an upper shadow there to close towards the low. So giving you kind of a shooting star-like pattern. So just be careful with that one. Good. Dazen Sensation, what's going on? Let's get going. Let's take a look at Zumba. So super duper move, crushed earnings and revenue and down after hours, right? So that's always the risk with earnings. Premiums were really super duper high, so even looking at a lotto on it was impossible. I was expecting a 20-point move. It gave you about that after hours, and it kind of came back in a little bit. So let's see how it goes tomorrow. I'd like to see it actually kind of gap down a little bit, so we can see if we can get a reversal to the upside, and then eventually get these premiums back to normal on Zoom. But it's really had quite a story, quite an uptrend. For a while it was really chopping around for a while. It gave us a couple of good moves, to the upside, and then remember when it was down. Let's go back here. It just wouldn't go. Right, to have all these up moves up here, these decent moves. It had bullish earnings all through the whole thing, and it just wouldn't move off of it. And then it finally started going. Once it finally got back above the cloud with some good volume back here, worked its way up, consolidated for earnings, worked its way up again. Then the Corona crash had hung in there, got a lot of downgrades, a lot of competition. It's really weathered a lot, but they had great earnings and great revenue. So let's see if we can get a reversal off of that one in and tomorrow. Amazonius. Inside day as it's holding the ADMA and working its way up a micro uptrend right here. Google, we just looked at, so just trying to break out of these levels with some volume so we could try to fill the gap above. Roku. Okay, so there's a big skidding going on outside. Goodness gracious. Okay, hope they're okay. It looks like they're driving away, so it should be fine. All right, so Roku broke down right here out of the trend box. Tried to give a move through the thin cloud right here. It couldn't do it. Ended up holding a support. Now it's got the big cloud here as support. Trying to push its way up. It is in the context of a downtrend, right? So it needs to get above those levels right here. It failed to do that today, so it's a little bit weak. But it's also been really choppy too recently. It's been a tough one to trade the last couple days, last couple weeks. Tesla, big move yesterday. Tesla, big move yesterday. Gap up off of the SpaceX launch. And today, like we talked about last night, right? So we said it'd probably calm down a little bit, just consolidate a little bit, but it's hanging in there, right? It's kind of holding 50% of the range, and let's see if it can continue to hold. Definitely, the bear's probably getting anxious on a red candle on that one, but let's see if they can get squeezed out again. So with Tesla, you see Harami on the daily. Yep, we do have a Harami on the daily. The real body is contained by this real body. And the 4 hour. The 4 hour already with bearish confirmation. What are the thoughts? My always thoughts are never short Tesla. Never short Tesla. This makes it easier. It makes life a lot easier. Just look for bullish setups on it. It's the only way to go with Tesla. But yeah, you can look at the 4 hour chart here too. This is not quite a Harami on the 4 hour. I don't have extended hours turned on. Even so, if you don't include after hours, it needs to be contained by the real body really to be considered that. But it's again, it's kind of closing at the lows right there. Just kind of see how it holds. It's got this level right here. Remember that big pivot there on the daily too, and it held that pretty nicely here off of this candle. So we're kind of inside that range. Just see how it holds there, and if we can break above it. And it may push down, may try to fill the gap, but it's really a tricky one to short. It does sometimes give some good setups. You just got to be careful with it because those bears, when it gets its squeeze on, it goes crazy. That's why it's at 1,000, or 800. Amazing. Matt, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Shop. Double inside day up today. So this is great. So it tried to work its way to the downside right in the inside day low. Couldn't do it. Big inside 15 right here, and just cruise its way to the upside today to break out of the double inside day with some good volume. So let's see if that gets any follow through to the upside into tomorrow. Boeing, we looked at a little bit of a doji there. Maybe it'll try a doji sandwich up, but it's been struggling there. And of course, Tesla, just consolidating here, in my opinion. So let's see if it continued to consolidate. Maybe wait for another bullish move on it. So that's what we're seeing right now. Rocky, what's going on? Is it oil's time to shine? Let's take a look. So it was one of the stronger sectors today. So Oxy did well today. We pointed this out on our live stream this morning. Had a decent open right here. It did give a 15-hour break and held the ADMA up today, so that was nice on Oxy. Halliburton, similar setups across the board with these guys. So just oil was just pretty decent here today. BP, yeah, decent gap up on BP and kind of held here today in the U.S. trading session, and USO pretty decent today as well. So really good, yeah. So decent moves on oil. Let's see if it can continue to get some follow through on it. And with more people going out and spending money on gas, usually helps with the demand situation. Bagish, yeah, and Match. Yeah, I saw a little news on Match here today. So decent move here. Just kind of hanging out. So it's vibing. And so a little bit of a hammer there today. Not quite a lot of volume, but I like how it's been working its way up. Good stuff. Ankit, what's going on? Good to see you. Good evening. Yeah, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. Yep, Boeing, same thing. Really narrow range day today, so I'm looking for a potential doji sandwich up, or we'll see if it turns into a reversal. Let's just kind of look at the price section tomorrow, see how it handles that. See how it handles that level, that candle. Roku, again, bit of a pullback here today. Still holding its 50 moving average, got to get over that downward trend line. Facebook, great candle today, great volume. Disney, a little bit of a consolidation right there. Again, probably could use some good news. Disney pretty much only likes to move on news, otherwise it just chops around like that. JP Morgan was kind of on the bearish radar today too. It did get weak for a little bit. Double inside 15 down. Got below the 15 orb, retested the 15 orb low, and then pushed its way down again. And then, of course, it's up after hours for the rest of the market. Yeah, my pleasure. J Moss, what's going on? Good evening. Beyond. BYND. Yeah, like I said, it's doing okay here. Again, Beyond likes to really start with a big breakout candle. We had a gap up yesterday on the China news for it, right? Kind of pulled back off a little bit. I like how it's only 8 AMA, so see if we can continue to get some more upside momentum on that one. They were looking at some other names today. They really liked online retailers today. That's why Chewy was doing good too. And even the Chinese online names were good too, like Baba and stuff today, which is pretty cool. SDC, again, kind of an online retailer too. It gave a nice push up today over yesterday's high, so decent move at the open. Held the 15 orb below, kind of worked its way up a little bit there. Still a little bit tricky here, but I like that it's trying again to get up to that $10 level if it can. And PayPal. Yeah, decent follow through the upside today. What is it? Just kind of subtly got to all-time highs, right? With good volume, decent volume. So good. Yeah, look for hopefully some follow through on that one. I tend not to trade this one. It gets a little bit funky, but sometimes it does move. BB BlackBerry. I think they got like a new president or something like that today. I can't remember what the news was on it. BlackBerry. Yeah, new president. So there we go. So decent move today. They tended to like that news right there, but it rejected the 200 days. So see if we go over today's highs and going to move off of that. And then AMD, a bit of a hammer here off the 50 days. So but some good volume, right? So it's right there between that right at that sandwiched 8 and 21 days. So see if we can get a little volume to the upside tomorrow off of today's hammer. Good stuff. DA, hey, thank you. It's my pleasure. Let's take a look. So Twitter, looking to roll. Let's take a look. Twitter, yeah, decent move right there, guys. Lots of bearish interest on it right after the president was trashing it and stuff like that. So, but it's hung in there, right? So it's giving you a nice little move up here. Let's just check to see if it was like trying to start a wave 1. It could be a wave 2, right? And then might be trying to do a wave 3. So just be careful with it a little bit here. It's still sensitive, but generally the candles do look bullish, right? It did have a great little move up there recently, so that was a fun one. Good, and then AXP. AXP with a bit of an upper shadow there today. It did get a nice gap up today, so that's good. Reversal down possible. Yeah, it could pull back a little bit if it's weak or if the financials are weak tomorrow. Could. Yep. BA possible doji sandwich up right here. It's kind of a tricky candle there. It could be a reversal doji. Let's check out the price action tomorrow. And then MU. You stopped out like to the tick. Triple inside day. Tried to push it down today, right? But the semis were strong. The whole semi sector was strong today, so I'm not surprised they bought the dip on it. That's the tricky part right there. But it did try to take the triple inside down and then came back in the range. It's still contained by this macro candle right here, so it's really kind of getting tight in there. It stinks. No one likes getting stopped out. But let's see. It did hold those triple ins today, so it might try to test the top of them, especially if the semis stay strong. DA APPS. Yeah, nice. Wow, nice pure doji right there. Good volume today. We had a little bit of earnings. Our after hours. Let's see how it's doing here after hours. Up 764. Yeah, nice gap up on that one tomorrow. So see how that holds. Let's take a look. See where it is on the daily chart. 764 takes us about here. It takes us into a potential reversal zone. So just be careful with that. Over those highs, over the 913 could give a decent gap and go, but now we're contending with a potential reversal. So just be careful there. Michael, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. D8, you replied to the Twitter chart and shop is a 2B reversal incoming. Let's take a look. Oh, thanks. I didn't see that one yet. Sorry. Sometimes I tweet and get prepared for the video and all that stuff. 2B reversal on the daily. Double inside day up. The 2B reversal is tough. I mean, you could kind of look at this one as the piercing level right here, but it already tried to break above it. So maybe you could look at that as piercing that guy right there. I do like to see a green candle, but it doesn't have to be. Basically trying to work its way up there. So that is a possibility on that. I like the double inside day up for sure. The net Zoom earnings were insane. I know they crushed it, and honestly, it's like you could expect it. And I don't know what kind of guidance. Let me tell you one thing though. We use Zoom in our group to go live at the open and the close, and I keep the videos and everything for our members, and I've got like 4 videos that haven't been able to be converted by it, and I'm still waiting to hear back from customer service. They email me like once a week saying, "We sorry we haven't gotten to your thing yet. We're still working on it. We're overwhelmed. Please improve customer service, right? If your earnings are this good, get more people. They can work from home. It's okay." But yeah, so a little bit crazy stuff. We'll see if it gives us a reversal tomorrow. The NAS sneaking in another one. SHW. Let's take a look. Yeah, good engulfing candle here today. Sherwin-Williams. I'd say this thing always shocks me that it's a $500 stock, but it is. I guess they're the paint company, right? So there's a couple other ones out there, right? Like Franklin or something like that. But decent move right here. Move up. Let's see if we can get over those levels. Maybe try to blast up over 600. Cool one. What's going on? Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, QCOM, great job on finding these ones, guys. Right, QCOM was a great one. It's really, really tight range, and then it gave a great breakout candle. I know you guys have been asking about that for a while. Just to give a stellar move today with the semiconductors really strong. Zendesk, big inside day, so see if we can push up to the upside there and try to work its way to the highs. Then that's another one, DDS. Yeah, good Dillards. This is a tough one to trade. I used to try. This thing used to give so many great candlestick setups, and I'd trade it, and I was like, why isn't it moving? And like for some reason, it doesn't get any flow in the options whatsoever. Low volume. The spreads jump around a lot, and even the spreads on the daily are rough too. This is a tough one to trade. But yeah, decent right there. It's heading into potential cloud resistance. Sorab, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, let's take a cost. Let's take a cost. Inside bar for 4 weeks straight. I know, right? Costco does like to stay in the chop slop as long as it can, right? It does not give a lot of clear breakout candles. It used to. It used to be a lot more tradable, right? We used to get like some nice stuff on this. You get nice candles, nice move up, everything's good, and then blah, right? And then it just started getting crazy, right? With the whole corona, like everything else, right? It's been really, really tough right here. If you go to the weekly, right, double inside week right here, still back in that inside week right now. It's just so tight. You could look for a weekly breakout on it. See if we can get out of this kind of weekly mess right here. I mean, this is kind of like your macro levels right there, but it's getting a little bit tight right there. So see how it handles those levels. It's just getting really tight in here. It's a tough one to trade these days. It's been really tough. And but it's kind of one of those forever bullish ones. So it's like if it's long in your portfolio, just kind of let it do its thing. Just let it chop around. It tends to be magnetized to the upside. Good stuff. Gio, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Charter. Let's say that chatter. Yeah, a couple little upper shadows right here. It did push to fresh highs today. A couple little, candle, kind of tight little candles right here. See if we can continue to work its way up there. It does. If it might want to pull back and test that resistance level we have below. Might try it as support going forward. IBM, I really like this one going into the week. I like how it held the cloud. It's just has been really sloppy here going forward. The volume was kind of like nah, right? It's been kind of nah on the edge today. So let's see. It does look like it's trying to gear up here. I like the cup handle. I really want to see it give like a nice breakout candle to try to get going. And then it's got the 200-day right above it. Triple M, decent right to the 200-day. Would like to see it break above that. Disney, Disney is just really just chopping around right here. Need some more good news. And we need Mandalorian to come back out. Need it. W-Day. Hammer off the ADMA right there, so let's see how it holds right there, but it's doing pretty good, holding the gap. And good stuff. Austin, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. GSX. Yeah. It was from Grizzly today. Nice. Yeah, so a great candle on that one as it's working its way up there. WRTC. Wrap Tech. Oh, yeah, I love this one. This is this is great. Smart. We were tracking this one for a while. It's Spectator and I is another kind of Twitter, is one of our Twitter friends. Has done some videos with us and stuff. He's a great guy. We've been tracking this one for a while. This is just a really cool technology, and what a great thought for this thing to finally start to break out like this. on the all the rioting news and all that stuff. Wow, what a good one right there. So it's a non-violent way to subdue somebody, right? Just kind of automatically. What a great opportunity for this thing to start breaking out. Cool. I love to see when these penny stocks start moving, especially ones that were kind of on the radar. Great stuff. Good find on that one. WRTC. Great stuff. Great stuff. The Nest team. The team, yeah, a little bit of an engulfing candle right there on the bearish side, but it's still holding the ADMA. Tilray did get a little bit of a move, but kind of came back in. It's still contained below that breakout level right there, so it's kind of blah. And what else? SSRM. Nasty day today. The miners got crushed today, like GDX, NEM. These things just got pulverized today. But, they're holding some key levels, so let's see if that can go. Zoom went down because that's the way the market makers like to do it. Yeah, earnings are messed up. If earnings were good on good earnings, right, everybody be rich, but they don't do it that way. There could be some slight thing that's out there, like maybe some sort of weird thing they said about guidance, and the algos will take it down. It's all about what the market makers want to do. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky game, and I don't recommend playing it. Tracy, what's going on? Good evening. I hope you're doing well. CRWD. Yeah, we got earnings coming up. We have earnings tonight, right? Yeah, pretty decent right here. They kind of pushed up a little bit. Again, it hit 100. But if we go back, right, it's got to get over this 101, right, to try to get like a gap and go tomorrow. So let's see if we can get above that. Work. Yeah, Work did a great job yesterday, and we got some nice follow through today. Right, gap up today, good place to take profit. Then it came back up to those levels, so it's finally making a move out of that congestion zone down there. SRPT. Yeah, doing okay right here. Right, we talked about a potential pullback to the trend line. Oh, we're talking about a potential pullback to the trend line to move up. It seems to still be pulling back to that trend line. So just kind of see how it holds once should it tag it, and then maybe it could work its way to the upside. And then XLNX, another great one there with the semiconductor strong day. The volume finally came in, and it is getting out of it is poking its head out of a larger consolidation zone right here. It actually is also an inverse head and shoulders type move. So a decent candle on that one with a big gap above. So definitely one to keep on the bullish radar going into tomorrow. I like it. Good find. Good stuff. And M is another one. Strong move today. Meant to look at this one at the close. A little bit of resistance ahead. It's coming into some selling pressure, but great candle, great volume. So let's see if we continue to work its way up. It's also coming into a larger fib fan line right there. So just be careful with that. Cherry, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Pen for a potential short opportunity. Maybe it's still holding the ADMA. I mean, if it did, we might kind of just see it chop around in this range for a little bit. I wouldn't put in. I'd just be careful with it. A lot of these gaming stocks are starting to open up. I would say it's probably just kind of chopping around here. I'd at least wait to see if it can confirm below the ADMA for you. Clubs, what's going on? RGR. Hey, good job on this one. I knew you mentioned this the other day. This is a great follow through the upside on that one. Good job on that one. Sure, what's going on? Good evening, AMD. Yep, hammer today at the sandwiched 8 and 21 EMA, so see if we can get above that. And Intel. Yeah, pretty decent right there. A hammer off of the ADMA after a strong breakout candle recently, but sometimes these bigger name stocks, they just like consolidate for a while. And before we do anything, I want to look at Cisco. This had a great candle on Friday. Those are the candles that that can just get you kind of sucked in there on a Friday. This big cup and handle breakout, and it likes to consolidate, but I do like how it took the inside day down and held the ADMA, so keep Cisco on your radar. That could be an interesting one. But good stuff. Yeah, the other ones are great too. Austin, yeah, my pleasure. Until next time, man, have a great night. You're doing great, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, and SE, it never goes down. Look at it. Just a monster. Just a monster today. Incredible stuff on SE. 50 calls for that's great. This thing just never stops. Great stuff. I know, it's never, I mean, it gives you a pullback occasionally, but it just keeps going up. Great job. Michael, yo, what's going on? ZS. Yeah, well, it finally calmed down a little bit. Gave you an inside day today. We were expecting that one of these days, but it got some great follow through yesterday. 3x trade yesterday. You got to love it. MGI. Huge gap up today. Big reversal. Talking about, I think, like a buyout. So just be careful with that. RH. A lot of people are liking RH. So, including Warren Buffett. I think he might still have a position on this one. And Citron liked this one too. So big gap up today with some volume. And then OSTK. Huge on OSTK, guys. Great move on this one. This has just been an incredible move. I mean, it was down, guys. If you look at it back in the Corona crashes, it was $2. Now it's $21. It's crazy, and Bitcoin's starting to perk up too. So this thing likes to move with Bitcoin. Good. Abhishek, what's going on? QCOM, yeah, this thing's just been, it was a monster today. We pointed this one out on the live stream at the close today. It was just a great intraday cup and handle today. Right, gave us cup, handle, breakout, and the semis were strong this all day today, pretty much. So there's great stuff there. Home Depot, Home Builders, yeah, great stuff there. All-time highs. Can't complain about that. Watch, just be careful with the going X dividend. DA Cake, yeah, still below that trend line there, so be careful of that. But it's up after hours. Oh, good, up after hours on what kind of news we got? Whoa, we like that one. Any news here? Oh, it aims. They announced that they want to reopen all their restaurants by mid-June. Well, that'd be good. It's cheesecake time. So definitely keep an eye on that one so you get some fall through the upside. I know you've been tracking it for a while. DATSRI. Beautiful inside day right there. Let's see if that can get a push to the upside. Still contained by the 200 and the 50. And then play. Yeah, kind of chop around. It's in this larger range kind of right here. So just kind of see how it hangs out there. Wait for a breakout one way or the other. Good stuff, guys. Awesome chart request. Well, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. If you guys are new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube, and also you can hit the notification button there so you get notified when we go live. We go live. Oh, I know. We go live every market night. We go over new technical ideas. We take chart requests and questions, things like that. So definitely hit subscribe and hit the notification button, and please hit the like button whether you are new here or not. APT, I know it's just annoying. Still chopping around. Gotta go to the other crazy, like VTIQ. Wasn't this thing crazy too? Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Huge gap up today and a nasty reversal. Wild stuff, guys. Well, good stuff, guys. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I hope everybody has a great night tonight. Get some rest. We got another great trading day heading into tomorrow, and it's still a full week left. So looking forward to it. I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in and for your support. Be sure to check out the links in the description too. If you're finding us on YouTube, you can find our Twitter handle in there too, as well as our website. So I hope everybody has a great night. Hey, Abhishek, yeah, we've got a private Twitter group, and I also go live in Zoom at the open for about an hour and a half, and then we go live at the close, and then intraday, like I'll post if I see anything interesting or if I take a trade and stuff like that. So we do that right now. So good stuff. Well, I hope everybody has a great evening. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe. So you can